6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The president has demanded India to allow international observers and media access to occupied Kashmir to assess the ground situation. The foreign minister says the entire world stands against Indian Prime Minister Modi's acts in occupied Kashmir. A Texas-based American think tank has warned of the possibility of a nuclear war between India and Pakistan over the Kashmir dispute. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information has said Pakistan is committed to complete the Kartarpur project as it is a perfect example of interfaith harmony in the world. The United States says military abuses against Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar constitute ethnic cleansing. In Iraq, the government forces have killed 4 Daesh militants in a major operation in Anbar province. And now the news in detail. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, says detention and refusal of entry even to the Indian multi-party delegation of opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, into Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir highlights the volatility of the situation. In a tweet, he said Pakistan demands that India allow international observers and media in occupied Kashmir. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says strengthening the economy of the country is the top priority of Prime Minister Imran Khan. Talking to the newly elected Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf members from South Punjab in Khanewal today, he said Imran Khan's vision is to highlight Pakistan's importance at the world level. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the struggle of Kashmiris will yield positive results. He said the entire world stands against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decision of changing the special status of occupied Kashmir, and now different segments, even from inside India, have gathered against the decision. An American think tank has warned that the specter of nuclear war haunts tensions between India and Pakistan, and the disputed territory of Kashmir could provide the spark that lights South Asia's nuclear fuse. The report by Stratfor, a geopolitical intelligence platform based in Austin, Texas, also disputes the classification of the Kashmir issue as India's internal affair or a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan. According to the report, the possibility of the conflict going nuclear has increased after Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's statement of abandoning India's no first use doctrine. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, says Pakistan is committed to complete the Kartarpur project for Sikh pilgrims from all over the world and from India so that they can perform their religious rituals freely and conveniently. In a tweet today, she said Kartarpur is a sacred place for the Sikh brothers and sisters, and we deeply respect the religious sentiments of the Sikh community. Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan said Kartarpur corridor is the perfect example of interfaith harmony in the world. She said, in the world of growing trends of extremism and intolerance, Kartarpur corridor is resonating the message of respect and tolerance of humanity in the whole world. Pakistan's High Commissioner to London, Mohammad Nafiz Zakaria, called on Foreign and Commonwealth Office Minister Dr. Andrew Morrison, Member of Parliament, to discuss situation in occupied Kashmir. The High Commissioner briefed the Minister on gross human rights violations in occupied Kashmir, the threat to regional security due to unilateral actions by India, and increasing tension along the line of control and the working boundary. Nafiz Zakaria drew the attention of Foreign Commonwealth Office Minister on the steps taken by India to systematically alter demography of occupied Kashmir to convert it from a Muslim majority to Muslim minority territory. In London, Southall Multicultural Community organized a peaceful walk to express solidarity with the Kashmiris. The peaceful walk was against the revoking of Article 370 and 35A of the Indian Constitution, which is clear evidence of human rights violations, and against the wishes of the people of Kashmir. Pakistan's High Commissioner to Canada, Raza Bashir Tarar, has demanded the Indian government to give access to international organizations to address the mental health crisis there. Addressing an event related to the mental health issues organized by Canada-Pakistan Association in Ottawa, the High Commissioner sought the role of the international community to force India to give access to international organizations in the Hill Valley. The Railways Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed says the entire political leadership of the country is on the same page for the resolution of the Kashmir issue. Addressing a rally in Muzaffarabad today, he said foolishness and fascism of Narendra Modi will destroy him and his country. Sheikh Rashid Ahmed said India has a well thought out plan to colonize Kashmir in order to send a message to Muslims living in other parts of India that they will have to accept the supremacy of Hindu majority. In occupied Kashmir, the chairman of all parties, Hurriyat Conference, Sayyid Ali Gilani, has urged each and every person, government officials, bureaucrats, and police personnel to resist the naked Indian brutality with full determination till complete freedom from Indian occupation. In a first official statement today, since the scrapping of special status of Jammu and Kashmir by India on August 5th, Sayyid Ali Gilani said there is no other alternative but to fight. Meanwhile, the authorities continue to impose strict curfew and other restrictions across the Kashmir Valley on the 21st consecutive day today. However, people defied curfew at many places in Srinagar and elsewhere in the Hill Valley and protested against the Indian onslaught on Kashmiri's special status and imposition of Hindu culture. This is Radio Pakistan. The Federal Minister for Science and Technology, Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, has said Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government is taking concrete steps for the welfare of the downtrodden segments of the society. Talking to newsmen in Lahore this afternoon, he said an Android mobile application, Muhafiz, has been launched and the data of the lost children will be available on it. The minister said people in occupied Kashmir are facing shortage of food and medicines due to continued curfew. He said Pakistan is ready for both peace and war. He said people of the Indian Hill Kashmir have rendered supreme sacrifices for their freedom. Fawad Chaudhry said Prime Minister Imran Khan will deliver a historic address on Kashmir issue at the United Nations on the 27th of September. Prime Minister's Youth Affairs Program has launched Prime Minister's Kamyab Jawan Program for the socio-economic development of the youth to enhance their productive role in the progress of the country. According to an official, under the program, different projects and initiatives will be taken in the field of education, skills development, entrepreneurship, and civic engagement for the youth of the country. These initiatives will focus on 3 E's, that is, education, employment, and engagement. The United States has said continued military abuses against Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar and the country's actions constituted ethnic cleansing in Rakhine State. This was stated by the American State Department spokeswoman Morgan Ortagus on the occasion of the second anniversary of the beginning of Myanmar Security Forces atrocities against the Rohingya Muslims. Morgan Ortagus highlighted the Myanmar military's abuses continue in Kachin, Shan states, and elsewhere in the country. In Iraq, the government forces have killed 4 Daesh militants during a major offensive to hunt down remnants of the militants in Anbar province. In a statement, the Defense Ministry said the forces have also captured 4 other militants. The Saudi-led coalition intercepted a drone launched by Houthi militias from Yemen's Sana'a towards Saudi Arabia's southern border. In a statement, the coalition spokesperson Turki al-Maliki said destroyed drone was targeting civilian sites in Khamis Mashayat. UNICEF Executive Director Honorita Fore has urged the G7 leaders to prioritize children in Syria as violence mounts in northwest of the country. In a statement, Honorita Fore voiced a sincere hope that protection and well-being of the children in Syria will be the front and the center during talks held by the world leaders at the G7 summit. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and humid weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind, thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Rawalpindi, Islamabad, Malakand, Hazara, Peshawar, Kohat, Bannu, Gujranwala, Sargodha, Lahore, Faisalabad, Bahawalpur divisions, Gilgit, Baltistan, and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.